See if you can open that thing. It's like super heavy. I think the button's right here. Now pull up. Lift heavy. Lift. Hold on, push again. Here you go. Ready, go. There you go. Thing weighs a lot, huh?
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't like pop up like it's supposed to. That's why it was so hard to do. Because of the shocks being completely dead.
Yeah, that's one heavy trunk.
Let's see what these freaking shocks look like. I imagine they just look like boring shocks, but
yeah, that's one thing from the store. $1,000 shocks, everybody. Buy one.
They're not $1,000. They're not even expensive, and I'm sure they're totally worth it because who wants to get bonked in the head when your freaking trunk falls on you? Not me.
I do.
Alright, let's see if these are any good. Let's go ahead and get this install going. Yeah, I don't think those were helping anything. Okay. So, I'm pretty happy with that. That's not like so aggressive that it's like bouncing up and flinging off. Well, that was an easy install. Now I can actually put my stuff in the back and use the trunk. Fantastic. First thing fixed in the car. I just have like a list of little things I gotta fix before we can actually get onto the fun stuff like turbocharging. Alright, let's drive to the house and see if we can put some, I got paper towels and stuff to pick up. Shop supplies. We'll see if we can get them in here. That's actually the next thing I gotta fix is the door handle doesn't open from the outside, so next time I get a chance, that's what I'm going to be fixing. I don't think it's actually broken in here. I think it's broken outside on the handle, but I guess I'll figure that out. Ooh, that works nice. Now the trick is, can we actually fit all of our shop supplies in the trunk? You think so?
Yep. I know so.
Maximum capacity. Hey, it actually works.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Ugh. Find something wrong?
Make a bad connection.
Oh really? Like just the actual...
Like you see how the pin is bent?
Yeah. That does look like crap. Also, those are just aftermarket. You can get a new one of those plugs.
I just want to see if that's what it is though. How's it going over there?
It's going pretty good. Every time I work on muscle cars, I regret it. But, you know, they need to go fast too. What I'm mostly happy about is my Christmas present is functioning very well in low light.
What's that? Oh.
This lens. It's
I like it.
We'll see if the YouTube's likes it. It's like, looks really clear even when it's kind of dark. So this will be good when we're driving around at night, basically. Alright guys, so while Raven was waiting for his Z to get fixed, which is in the works, he decided to get another daily drive car, which I thought was kind of a good idea. But look how cool this car is that he got. He just went and picked it up with old Betsy and put it on a little U-Haul trailer. I'll show you right now. Good old reliable Betsy, bringing in the new car.
He held up.
Dang, I really like this. Is it a 93 you said?
Yes.
1993 Del Sol. Woo! Got a little scrape on the rear bumper, but that's not too bad.
You'll clean up nice.
It's so cute. Probably not the term you want me to use. It's kind of dark in here, sorry. But I'll have to show you guys more in the light. So I guess this will be like what you can just drive around in while we're waiting for your Z. Okay, so in the last video you guys saw that my rear brakes were squeaking like crazy, and you know, it's just time for like a bunch of maintenance on this car, so I figured we would go ahead and just do like all the brakes basically at the same time. And one of the people in the comment section, I think it was my friend Andrew actually, commented that he had bought some brakes from this company called R1 Concepts and that they had really good pricing and he really liked the way they looked. So I thought, why not try them? So we went online and just ordered these. We got new rotors and new pads, cross-drilled and slotted. These are like their less expensive version. Like they have obviously like higher quality ones and they even have big brake kits and stuff, it seemed like, but we're not really that fancy. I just wanted to be back to OEM or slightly better. And I think this should do the trick and it will look really nice. So, you know, why not? Anyway, I'm gonna throw these on right now and then I'll get to go drive them and see how they do. But I'm pretty excited to have brakes that don't squeak. It's really embarrassing. Like, it makes you not want to drive the car. You pull up and people just look at you like you don't do your maintenance or something. Okay, on to doing some brakes. Alright, set this thing on the ground and let's torque these wheels.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the brakes on. They came out pretty good. Z-brakes are pretty easy install. It didn't take us too long at all. So, any of you people watching at home, I mean, it's just a pretty simple job. Okay, let's go drive this thing and see how the new brakes feel. Kind of feels like stock. I mean, okay, I have no information for this review except that they feel at least as good as stock or slightly better, and they don't make the squeak, so I'm happy with that. I can pass my inspection so that this can be a road-worthy car. Okay, we're just making the last modifications to Jose's downpipe, and then we're finally going to get to turn her on and see how she does on the dyno. I think we're only looking for like 300 horsepower. It's a daily driver. He just wants it to be a little bit more fun than it was before, so it shouldn't be too hard. I went ahead and fixed the one little bit of wiring that we had, which was a coolant temperature sensor issue. And now we got no check engine lights, and putting the O2 sensor in now, and we should be ready for dynoing. Well, I guess we're done for the day because his actual harmonic balancer separated and threw the actual belt off. Sorry, this camera's oddly heavy. I'm getting used to this new lens. Anyway, his harmonic balancer separated and started to come off, and it actually threw the alternator belt. So until we get a new harmonic balancer and a new alternator belt, the Integra is down for the count. Okay, that's not very exciting at all. That first pull, we made 8 pounds of boost and only 145 foot-pounds of torque. I'm looking at the map, timing's good, fuel's fairly consistent. 1140 AFR, nothing special. I'm gonna go ahead and have him pull a spark plug, and we're gonna check physical compression on the motor, because if somebody built this and lowered the compression to like 8:1, that would explain why the efficiency's so low. So on that last pull, we put the boost cut at 25 pounds, and we hit it right before VTEC engaged, which I didn't think that little baby old eBay turbo would do it, but it did. So now I'm turning the boost cut to 30 pounds. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll do it. I don't know.
That we still have like another 2,000 RPM to go, but the boost cut cuts it all off, doesn't it? What?
Yeah, because we hit 30 pounds of boost at 6,500.
Yeah.
So literally, like, when it cuts off is when we're hitting boost cut.
That's irritating.
It's not irritating. We'll just keep moving the boost cut.
That thing's not gonna be able to hold 40 pounds.
Or maybe it'll hold 35. I don't know. This is ridiculous. I didn't think that would make... Did you think that little turbo...
I never thought that little turbo would even see past 21 pounds.
I thought it would come apart, but it's still... It's trucking. Look at that little thing. It's old. It's not even new.
It's rusted, and it's pretty tiny. You can't tell in the video, but it's pretty damn small.
All right, give me a minute. Yeah. This is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Oh, this makes me so mad.
It is kind of sad. So somebody built this motor. They use low compression pistons, probably 8-to-1, very, very low.
Super low.
The stock compression would be like 10.5 or like so to 1. And then because they dropped the efficiency so much, it's taking 30 pounds of boost just to get back to like
normal
200 and something horsepower, which is like where it finally starts to get fun. But gosh, that's just like the wrong way to do a Honda. Don't do it like this. Wrong way. It's got all this nice stuff too. Decent injectors, good fuel rail, Honda management.
Nice intake.
The boost piping hasn't fallen off. A good skunk tube manifold. Like the turbo is actually hanging in there, considering it's probably like $100. It's not too bad. It's got like a good 4-bar map sensor. Oh yeah, it's because we're making 30 pounds. We're gonna start blowing off hoses everywhere. Not to mention the little chunk out of this valve cover that's missing.
And I'm surprised it's not leaking yet.
It's actually doing pretty good, to be honest. This is the most ridiculous scenario ever. 30 pounds of boost makes no horsepower.
It makes no sense.
No sense. Something weird. Okay, so Emerson's car is back on the dyno. He upgraded the turbo from a small little Garrett to a 6262 Precision. And first pull, we beat the last turbo's horsepower at like, I think it was 14 or 15, maybe 16 PSI, something like that. Not a shock. So the last pull made 401 horsepower, very, very rich, very, very retarded in timing. This is kind of interesting because the boost is going to do what it's going to do. We're just leaving it on the wastegate. So I'm not going to change the boost at all. We made 401 on the first clean pull. Now cleaning up fuel and timing, what would you guys guess that he's going to make at the end? Would you guess that with making it really efficient to redline, I can make 10 more horsepower, 20 more horsepower, 30 more horsepower, 50 more horsepower, 100 more horsepower? What do you think? Okay, you guys just saw that last pull, and I added a few degrees of timing, like 2.5 exactly. It's hard to explain where and how I added it, but more or less went from 400 to 430 with 2.5 degrees. Pretty crazy, right? The crazier part is it's still super rich, 1050 AFR, which is way too rich. And we're actually not at the timing number yet. So I'm gonna add a little bit more and we'd probably be there. and I'll let you know what that horsepower number is, and then I'm going to optimize for fuel, and we'll see what the final number is. So we went from 400 to 435 with one timing change and one pull, and we're going to do a little bit more right now, and I'll show you what that does. Okay, so the last couple pulls we've been dancing right around 440 horsepower. I let the engine cool off a little bit and smoothed out the last little bit of the tune that I could find. I think we're pretty much there at its peak value. So we'll see what it makes on this pull, and that'll be our final number. But it's looking like about 40 horsepower just from optimizing the tune. That's pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, definitely just.
Okay, that's about it. 446 horsepower. So 46 horsepower just by optimizing the tune. I'd say that's not too bad. And keep in mind, the only thing we really changed was just the turbo. It was a little bit smaller before, and now it's a little bit bigger. And it needed all that change in the tune. So retuning is kind of important, and it's really fun because you can just really maximize everything that you did. So, all right, well, this is probably it for this video. I'll see you guys in a few days, I guess, and we'll do some more stuff. Take it easy.